How to Make Our Mental Pictures Come True, a series of easy lessons in the art of visualizing by George Schuebel, copyright 1922. Part 1, The Mechanics of Visualizing, How to Make Our Mental Pictures Come True. Chapter 5, True Camera of the Mind. The very first observation in comparing our mental, mechanical, photographic outfit with the outfit of the photographer is that the group of faculties assembled and brought into play objectively in visualizing constitutes a mental device corresponding perfectly with the photographer's camera. It is, in fact, an altogether true camera with a mental mechanism which operates unerringly in capturing thought images, whether ours or those of others, registering them faithfully upon the mind's sensitized film and reproducing them true to their original form. We find embodied in it all those subordinate and coordinate mechanical mind principles, such as the principle of the camera eye, lens, dark chamber, tripod, enlarging device, range finder, camera shutter, film, and the other contrivances which we know as a part of the camera. In the manner in which the camera catches up and specializes within itself the universal light of the sun and forms it into the imprisoned light images which, upon development, we know as photographs, so do the mechanical faculties which serve as our mental camera collect together and specialize within our being the mind light, shaping it into the thought images which we recognize mentally. The principles involved in the use of the inner camera of the mind are the same as in the outer photographic camera, serving to focus, concentrate, transmit, illumine, reflect, and impress the object to be reproduced. End of Chapter 5. Chapter 6, Mental Camera Eye. Examining the photographer's camera in more detail, we find that its principal device is a lens or camera eye situated in the very front of the camera. This photographic lens is nothing more, we may say, than an outward embodiment or extension in principle of the more delicately fashioned lens of the physical eye, and the physical eye in turn is nothing more than the outward embodiment or extension in principle of the yet more indefinable single invisible inner eye or seeing faculty of the mind. Just as the function of the lens of the camera is not to see, but to serve as an instrument through which to see, so with the single inner eye of the mind. In photography, this is made possible in the following manner. The fine rays of the sun are continually pouring themselves in a steady stream of light against the more solid substances of light which we call material objects. But these rays, in pouring themselves against these objects, are thrown back or deflected again into space. Now, when the camera eye is leveled in the direction of a given object, the light which is falling back from the object pours into the camera through the camera eye. The lens of the camera eye collects, focuses, and transmits this light into the dark chamber where it is established in a manner enabling the photographer to behold it as an exact light image or reflection of the outer object. It is equally true of the physical eye. It does not see, but simply serves the purpose of concentrating and transmitting the light rays of the sun deflected from the object toward which the eye is directed, so that we can behold the light in its combined, collected, established, and projected form in our minds as the exact light image or reflection of the outer object. Finally, we find that the invisible inner eye serves in a similar manner in the mental mechanical arrangement used consciously or unconsciously in visualizing. The infinitely finer rays of our illumined objective thinking are continually pouring themselves in a steady stream of mental light against the more solid mind substance or object of our thought. But as this stream of mental light pours itself against the thought object, it is thrown back or deflected, as it were. It is here that the invisible inner eye of the mind catches, focuses, and transmits this mental light into the dark chamber of our being, where it is assembled, so that the seeing principle within us is able to behold it as an exact light image of the thought object from which it is deflected. Often, the light thrown upon a subject existing in one mind is so illuminative that its reflection occurs not only in the mind in which the object of thought is being sustained, but in many other minds, so that the mental light traveling from a person who is elucidating a certain thing will compel the exclamation, "I see," from the other minds who have leveled and focused their inner mental eyes in the direction of the speaker's mind, and have thus caught the image in their own. The inner camera of their minds has been able to see the objectified thought in its true light by reflection. It has been able to concentrate and transmit this light and reassemble it into a definite symbol or light image capable of being recognized by them. Like the eye of the camera, the eye of the mind in visualizing is or can be made perfect and true. It will collect, transmit, assemble, and reflect for us whatever projected thought object we deliberately may choose in our visualizing work for reproduction. End of chapter 6. Of How to Make Our Mental Pictures Come True by George Schuebel.